carrying a bucket and a clean white cloth, walking towards him. Wounds covered his whole body. 1 or 2 wounds seemed to look like gaping holes in the ground, freshly dug and raw, with half-coagulated blood and greenish slimy pus. Flies are hovering over the infested wounds, particularly the 2 big ones, spinning round and round, deciding which one they would settle themselves in for a feast. They made such a buzzing sound that no amount of fanning could chase them away. The juicy-looking pus oozing out of the wounds seemed to be inviting these unwelcome guests. Attending to the first wound like a beginner, so untrained and unsure of what to do and how to start cleaning it up, you start probing and disturbing the area around it. This irritation caused the wound to come alive, and suddenly some of this sticky yellowish green stuff rushed out of the hole and splattered onto your face as though it's protesting against the disturbance. You were taken aback for a moment. It was so unexpected. Its sulfur-like smell is so pungent that it reminds you of rotten eggs. Your stomach turns, like turning milk into butter, and a warm fluid begins to rise in your intestinal tract, reaching up to the gullet. You were about to throw up, but you held down the urge by swallowing hard, pushing back the vomit. You did not want to make him feel bad and to be embarrassed in front of him. You managed to get a clean cloth to wipe off the slimy remains from your face. You went back to him to attend to his wounds. As you started cleaning him up, more bloody fluids together with the pus rushing out of the gaping hole. You can see that this wound has eaten up a big portion of his flesh. It looks like a crater left there by some escaping aliens. It was deep and dark, sinking into his flesh like a bottomless pit. A shiver runs down your spine. You despair of ever being able to thoroughly clean up this man. Slowly but courageously, you plowed on, gently and carefully applying medication and plastering up that first wound. Whilst doing it, you can see the pain in his eyes. Each time you touch that area, pain shoots up into his head. You can see him squirming and squinting his eyes to control himself. His fists are tightly clenched, his nails cutting into his palms. Cold droplets of sweat streaming down his face, unashamedly, with tears piercing through his eyes. You can hear his grinding teeth gnashing and biting into his lower lip until blood reddened them. You could hear his silent scream. You wish you could have been more gentle and well-trained to ease his pain. At times you wish you could bear the pain yourself for his sake. You also wish that if only he did not have this problem. Your arm aches so much. You feel the compression that tears into your heart. Hardly can you breathe. Finally, you wish he was not born at all. Taking a deep breath, you're now ready to attend his second wound. It started protesting again at being disturbed. It begins to expel some stinky pus like a missile head, aiming directly at your right eye. Bullseye, it got you. You try to wipe it off with the same cloth, but realizing that it is soiled from cleaning the first wound. Too late. You had not checked it first. Now the deadly, pungent, disgusting smell clings to your face, penetrating into your nostrils and lungs. Every breath you now take is tainted with that lingering, rotten smell. Working with a bit more experience now, you begin to clean up the wound as fast as possible to prevent further unnecessary encounters with the never-ending irritating pus, which does not seem to have emptied itself no matter how much it has been cleaned. You change the water used and rinse the cloth first before cleaning the wound. When you reach home, you rush into the bathroom to shower and disinfect yourself with antiseptic and change into fresh clothing. After the shower, you notice that rotten smell did not leave your body. It's faint, but lingering odious aroma is around and about you. Outwardly, you smell good from all the scrubbing, but inwardly, that smell is still there, locked in the inner recesses of your mind. You do not have much appetite to eat that day, but you feel good inside somehow. Well, one life is preserved because of someone like you who cares enough to do something. A wounded soul is like that person who may be physically or emotionally abused. His wounds will contain poisonous toxins coursing through his body. Bitterness, anger, sadness, sorrow, pain, unforgiveness. These are the poisons produced by the wounds. Undealt with, it will spread like poison in the body, leading to death. It takes a heart of love, care, patience, humility, gentleness, and willingness to bring healing to a wounded soul. It takes time and effort. Who is willing to bring healing to these broken hearts and wounded souls? A wounded soldier, a wounded soul. Who can heal this wounded soul? Only the wounded one can heal this wounded soul.